Hey my lovely YouTubers, it's B, Morgan Tracy J, coming today with another morning coffee video, guys. And can't you tell I am in a different location? Actually guys, this is a location I've been before. You may recognize this place. About 4 years ago on my YouTube channel, I recorded a video called No Audience. And I came out here and I set up my camera and I preached a message to my camera. And I preached a message to the YouTube subscribers that I didn't even have yet. I preached a message to the women that I was going to empower and inspire that I didn't even know existed yet, right? I preached a message to that. And today I want to talk to you about pressing forward through the roadblocks. You see, when I was out here preaching before, there was roadblocks in front of me. There was no true vision. I was struggling to see the future. I was struggling with my purpose. I was struggling with my worth. I was struggling with my direction. I was struggling with how do I be the one that's weird in my family, the one that doesn't drink, the one that doesn't go to parties, you know, that one that's kind of lame. Like, how am I going to be okay with just being this version of myself that I love, but maybe not everybody else loves? See, when I was here, I was facing a lot of roadblocks. And I want to encourage you today that God gave me a word for anyone going through that and facing roadblocks right now in their life. And the word is, continue to press through. Don't let 1, 2, 3, 10 roadblocks keep you from going for what God has for you. I want you to get it in your heart so much that you're not going to let these roadblocks stop you. Even if you got to apply to the college 5 times, even if you got to keep going over and over, even if you got to start from scratch every time, do not quit with the roadblocks. Don't stop just because of roadblock. And I want to tell you, when I was standing here and I was preaching this message, there were so many roadblocks already in my life, but even more roadblocks to come that I didn't even know were going to be coming in the next months, in the next years, in the following months. I want to tell you, but every time we see a roadblock, we have to press through it. We have to press through with the grace of God. And I want to tell you that when there is a call on your life, when God has called you to something greater, when He has put a vision inside of your heart, I want to tell you, God will do everything in His power to make sure you're walking on that path. You know, I want to tell you a story. It was years ago, back in the time, probably around the time I recorded that very first video. I was kind of over the drinking and partying stage, but I was dating a guy that was still into that. And you know, when you're dating, sometimes you want to make the other person happy, so you kind of compromise yourself, right? So we were getting ready to go to this party in this club, and I didn't want to go, and you know, some people kind of talked me into it, and including him, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. And I remember I wanted to, as I was they were pre-gaming, and I remember I was just kind of walking around. I remember I went to a gas station. I remember I was talking to God, and I'm like, man, God, why am I doing this to myself? And I was like, you know what, you're here, you're dressed up, let's just go, let's just have a good time. You know, I was trying to encourage myself through that, just have a good time. And when I went back inside, I thought, well, the only way I'm gonna go is if I get drunk. And I used to be a big drinker. And so I went to go get some alcohol, but all the alcohol was already gone because everybody had already drank it all. And I thought, well, great, now I won't get drunk to have a good time. But I was like, all right, whatever. So we get on in the car, we're going to this club, and everyone's kind of talking, and I'm kind of I'm talking too, I'm laughing along, and I'm kind of just, I'm going with the flow, let's just say that. It was no longer forced because I was already on my way. And as we were driving to the club, we had a flat tire. And so we thought, okay, we'll put a donut on it real quick and we'll get on our way. Well, when we opened the back of the trunk, there was no donut. So now that meant we had to call a AAA. We had to wait on a AAA. And by the time the AAA came, we had to get the car towed back to another location. And pretty much, long story short, nobody even got to go out that night. Not just me, but nobody else got to go out. And I want to come and tell you today that God will disrupt some parties. He will disrupt some things in your life that you're feeling like you're drawn to that truly isn't from Him. God will show you nudges and winks and all kinds of things in your life to show you that your life is really not your own. It's truly His. You see, even at that moment, I remember being in the tow truck, kind of smiling inside that, God, you know, I didn't ever ask you to get me out of this. I said I was willing to go, but deep down, I didn't want to be here. Deep down, I realized that my life is not my own, that you have something greater for me than I can think or imagine. You have something that you set me apart to do on this earth, and you're not going to let anything get in that way, not even a party. God will cancel things. He will cut things off. He will separate things, but all for His glory and to better you and for a better future and a hope for you. God will do it. I want you to see and be so inspired because I'm back here 3-4 years later in the same spot. but with a newfound wisdom, a new faith, a transformed mind, a hope for life, a vision, a ministry. Things that when I was standing here, I didn't have 4 years ago. When I was standing here, I was trying to prophesy something that was to come. And I want you to get it in your spirit that you got to prophesy some things that are to come. Prophesy that vision to yourself. Lay down and dream about it and tell God what you believe is to come, what he has shown you. I want you to get it so deep in your heart that you'll go for what he has called you to do. And I want to tell you, if I would have stopped here, if I would have left this place and never picked up a camera again, if I would have left this place defeated and faced all my roadblocks and let them stop me, you would not be getting this message today. I'm back here today to tell you to push through, to tell you to go for it, to tell you to not stop, to tell you to face every roadblock with such a faith and a confidence in God that you will not shake, that you will stand firm and say, well, God did it before, he'll do it again. He fights my battles. And you know what? If this roadblock is in my way, guess what? When I overcome it, there's a greater reward on the other side. I want to tell you to have the faith to move the mountains in your life. Don't let nothing stop you. No roadblock, no demon from hell. Don't let no man drag you to hell. Don't let nothing on this earth pull you into hell. You decide to get up. And you decide to take your authority and you step into what God has for you. I want to tell you, years ago, even when I was in the back of that car going to a club that I didn't want to go to, I was giving my authority to other people. I was trying to make other people happy. I want to tell you today, you only seek to make Jesus happy. Is Jesus proud of your decisions? Is Jesus proud of you? That is what it's about. And I want you to be encouraged, like all the colors of the rainbow. I want you to see the array of things in your life that God specifically has for you. I want you to go with hunger. I want you to go with such a passion. I want you to live this earth out, live every day out like it is your last, boo. You don't have time to rest. You don't have time to stop. God has called you for something greater and something more. Now I want you to get up. I want you to realize that you're standing on holy ground, and I want you to live the life that God has been calling you to live all this time. And then I want you to acknowledge that even if you don't know how to get out of things, trust God, he'll get you out. God will cancel the parties. He will cancel certain plans you had. He'll cancel certain goals that you were working towards, and he'll get you on the path that he has for you. I want you to be so inspired today that you don't give up on this journey. You push through, you persevere, and you trust God all the way in your life. So thank you so much for watching. I actually was talking and I broke my sandal. I don't know how I just did that. I literally just broke my sandal, literally, okay? And that's just what happens. But anyways, guys, I hope you got inspired and blessed by this message. I hope it encourages you and gets you excited to go out and push past your obstacles, push past your roadblocks, and trust God. Love you guys. See you later. Bye. It's okay to not have an audience yet because it's coming.